Hello, it's Monday, April 13th, and that means two things. First off, it is day 4082 of our shelter in place order, and no one has come up with a reasonable color we should be throwing on buildings to support our frontline medical staff. I'm still seeing a mix of red and blue and drawing hearts and, I don't know, other projections of positive feelings. But we got to have this sorted soon. We got to pick a color and have a ribbon and a parade ready to go the second they let us outside. But the other thing is, of course, that this is the Light Read Nailed's newsletter into the lighting industry, brought to you by Keystone's X-Fit wash down high bay fixtures. They're round high bays. I won't call them the other thing because that gets the boss mad at me. But what they are is one IP69K rated, so for close range pressure washing. I love pressure washing things. More things should be pressure washable. And so these are. They're great for commercial, industrial, and food processing applications. These are high efficiency. They've got 100,000 hours of life provided for them, and they're just so much more efficient than your average HID. That's Keystone's X-Fit high bay fixtures. That's keystonetech.com, or link down in the description. News-wise, things are going on. New York State has introduced an even tighter definition of essential construction. It has to be an emergency. It has to be related to the safety of occupants. Otherwise, you're staying at home. Osram is cutting more hours, while Schrader is reopening plants. So Osram is cutting down on who can work and when. Schrader is actually spinning up their facilities in France, Portugal, and Hungary. Good on them. Signify suspends outlook and withdraws their proposed stock dividend. Something's gone wrong for them. Probably the same thing that's gone wrong for everyone else, but until then, they're not going to abide by any projections for the market. They're not going to offer any of their shareholders more money, and they're asking that for the next shareholders meeting, they email their questions in ahead of time so they can be addressed via a web conference very quickly. Nokia and 6 other Finnish internet and other IT firms have created a task force to create an ecosystem for data collection in the IoT. IoT just generates a huge amount of data, and in theory, data is worth money, maybe, almost, kind of, we hope. And eventually someone will want to spend money on it. Hopefully this Keiko project can gather what matters without hurting anyone's privacy or secrecy, or even just without getting weird about it. Residential energy efficiency projects are going poorly. Maybe you've noticed that, but this is an article about how precisely they're going badly in California. NEMA has issued their Business Confidence Index for March. This is a regular survey of their membership to discuss how they feel about how their business is doing. No one's very confident this month. Yeah. Orders at American Ultraviolet are 100 times bigger this month. This is an Indiana manufacturer. They make handheld disinfection lamps, and they're shipping out dozens of them a day, where they used to ship a handful a month. Well, someone's doing all right now. Mark Lien is talking about lighting in our new era. He's, of course, the industry relations manager at the IES. He's made some great points. Craig DeLuey of the Light Now blog is offering his own commentary on the subject. I think we don't even know. I think it's too soon to call anything at this point. Brown University has done some A/B tests for lighting in a nursing home. This is teamed up with PNNL, looking at a care facility in Sacramento, and they got to have one wing on a sunlight mimicking lighting system and one wing on the same lighting they'd had for at least a decade. And they got to compare a bunch of metrics between both of those wings. There's some data that'll shake out of that, and it's an interesting read. Acuity has patented or filed to patent a brain lighting interface. This is based on EEGs to control lighting and building controls. Now, EEG controls have been shown to work in drones and text-to-speech, sort of, mostly, slowly, if you practice. And now here we are with a brain-to-light bulb interface potentially hitting the market. I like buttons. I do. I really do. I mean, yeah, I'm a huge nerd, and I love the shadow runniness of all this, and I want to live in the Star Trek future where I just shout at my room and it changes the light bulbs and starts playing music. But it's also really easy to just go flick. And that's a big hurdle for any control system climb, even just passive infrared. Because honestly, what I do when I was in the office was I had a passive infrared and I would just wave my arm right in front of it. It really didn't change my day that much. Get a Grip on Lighting, episode 130. Short and sweet one, just talking about how to keep working right now. And the answer is to keep working. Do your best, do it safe, but keep at it and try to stay normal. If you're not fond of how short that one is, there's about 14 other episodes that we released over the past 2 weeks that are some really great interviews. Check out the Outbreak Update series. The Lighting Research Center has some advice on how to sleep better while working from home. So how to optimize your lighting for home office conditions. COVID comments from Amerlux. This is from the VP of Product Development and Marketing, Mr. Bill Plagueman, and talking about how he's tackling this problem. Sustainable Facilities has gone virtual. This is a California event. This is for building professionals. It was set for May 14th, and now it's online only. More manufacturers are going online as well. Light Now is profiling how Urco and Nemalux are working to keep web meetings and video blogging active to stay in touch with customers. Nietzsche has filed a patent complaint against Lexstar. This is a Japanese manufacturer claiming that Taiwanese manufacturers are infringing on their LED package structure. This is through the IP courts in Tokyo. Nora is adding 3 different rep agencies. So Alesco and Next Generation South will be covering South Carolina, Northern Florida, and Southern Georgia. Next Generation Lighting will cover Northern Georgia, as well as the city of Atlanta. And SNS Sales is going to cover Virginia, the whole of it. Just Virginia. West Virginia can do its own thing. City Electric as a new HQ and distribution center. This is 411,000 square feet of facility in Fort St. Lucie, Florida. It's ready to roll when the rest of us are. Yankton and Energetic Lighting has donated up 10,000 masks. These are Type 3 surgical masks. They're going to go to Texas healthcare facilities. CNET wants you to know the best residential light bulbs by application. Make of that what you will. TED Magazine has announced their NAED Awards recipients. Latest issue is naming all their service award recipients. Congratulations to those winners. Lightline has named agents for Southwestern Ontario. These are Land Associates, new manufacturer reps around there. Sophie Lighting has switched from making, lighting supplies to face shields. They're going to roll out about 150 face shields per day until they run out of funding to do it. Milwaukee Electric Tool has been granted a patent for a hanging light. This is a new LED-related patent. This was assigned at the end of last month. Hospital lighting market is set to grow by 6.4% over the next 3 years, according to PNS Intelligence. They think the IoT is going to find interesting applications in healthcare. We'll see. Nanoleaf CEO on working through COVID. These are decorative LEDs for your walls. I kind of want to set this. They're very r/male spaces, but they're cool. He's talking about maintaining his corporate culture in a remote work environment and how he is sourcing masks for charity on the Bay Street Bull blog. Don't ask me to say that again. Collaboration is key to overcoming adversity, according to Mike Ventola, founder of Ventola Projects, and he's sharing his beliefs about confronting difficult times. Urban farming sells on being pandemic resistant. Thomas Reuters reports alternative agriculture is gaining support as outdoor agriculture is getting a lot less stable. Horticultural LEDs will probably play a big role in that. But again, that's going to be 4 years out at least. FitTech, they make probing, sorting, and testing equipment for LEDs. Haven't noticed their business change at all this month. Good on them. Facilities Net is going pretty deep on outdoor fixtures and poles. They've got some great advice for hardscaping. Chris J. Bishop on the future of lighting. He's the president of IlluminEdge, and he's sharing his own particular vision on the future, especially in horticultural spaces. DeFazio industry partners along with Howard Lighting. So DeFazio Industry is a Virginia-based construction equipment supplier, and now they're going to add Howard Lighting's fixtures, lamps, and ballasts to their line card. Light pollution is bad for fish. This is a study of perch, and even low-intensity artificial light at night is messing with them. It's hard to tell because you don't know when fish are sleeping because they don't have eyelids. Here's a DIY project from Human-Centric. You can add LEDs to your face mask. Nice LED panels so that you can, just style it up with some urban flash for your homemade face mask when you run out for your essential errands. IKEA has been dragged into indoor gardening, quite by accident, as it turns out their glass Fabricor cabinets are pretty popular if you swap out the back panels in favor of something, well, even their own pegboard units, and then install lights to regulate temperature and humidity throughout. And Airtos, they have a line of confined space-based drones. They're now mounting UVC lamps for room disinfection. Long-term light readers will recall that the city of Seoul already has something similar for their subway system. And then on the subject of hirings, firings, and promotions, we have to say that Tuya Smart has added Fritz Werder as their GM for North America. And that has been the Light Read. I have been Scott Wachter. This has been brought to you by Keystone. Link again in that description for XFit High Base. And this is again brought to you entirely by Nailed. For Nailed. It's not just me. There's a ton of resources and tons of benefits for joining this National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors. Until next week, here's the Alpha Jaguars. While you're listening, consider writing a review of us on your podcasting app of choice. Have a great week.